Just gave it some rhythm. Because that's what everybody wants out of Blackout. Morning.
Good morning.
How you doing, John?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
John, you're alone today.
Yep.
Well, you're not alone. You're with me and Torri.
That's right.
Wow, it's bright in here. I just noticed that.
Yeah,
it's bright.
All the lights are on.
Well, it's because the blackouts were sucking all the light out of the room with all of their evil darkness.
Should I turn the right lights on?
No,
Okay.
I like it. I think it's good.
Jeff's in the chat, so he's going to be.
Oh no! Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Jeff, we miss you, bud. Hi, everybody. It's Ken, and this is
Torri.
See,
wow.
And yeah, I know.
I can introduce myself. That's crazy.
We should do that every week. And we have the Blackouts with us because they you know what, they got largely overlooked because of all the excitement over the Spies.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of excitement over the Spies.
Yeah, they're cool.
100%.
They're so cool.
As soon as we started doing the Blackout guitars last year, the bass players were like, "Hey, over here," like waving their hands in the air and stuff and such, as you guys do. And,
like we didn't even care.
Girls. What?
We were waving them like we didn't care. We're like, "Hey, get up!"
Hands were up in the air, like you didn't even care, John. So Mercalli's were done. Show us.
Ta-da! Here it is. Oh fuck.
Language.
Oh please. We're a guitar company. Get a grip. So yeah, here it is. Stunning. Yeah. So we have it in the Mercalli 4 and the Mercalli 5. It's blacked out. So, you know, front and back, it's in midnight black, and all of the hardware on it is also black. So, your bridge, your tuners, even the input jack is blacked out, which is cool, and the neck plate, which is really interesting.
Oh, look at that roasted maple.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
really
a beauty.
good.
That's a beauty there.
Yeah, so it's really nice. And then, if you play a 5-string, we also have that as an option too.
The 5. Yeah, because with our 5, we ship them tuned with the low B, right?
Well, I think that's standard.
You know, it's standard, but becoming even more standard is guys going down to A on that.
Oh, really?
There's a lot of A. There's a lot of A, low A players out there, aren't there, John? We set that up for artists occasionally.
Oh,
and it's beefy.
I'm sure.
It's really super beefy.
I know that a lot of people that play 5 strings, or at least the people that I know that play 5 strings, play in a lot of like R&B and pop situations. So they use it to like, kind of like get that like sub bass kind of sound instead of using like a synth.
Right, the low 5, like if you're going dum 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 dum.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's a big Chris Zielinski trick.
Oh.
Yeah, in the that's when you're rocking the 5-string bass for the polka genre, which I know nothing about. thick brick and split brick pickups with a blend control.
Yeah, the pickup pan's really cool.
It is, because you get a lot of lows and highs out of that split brick in the middle, and then you can sort of dial in mid-range on that thick brick. Show them, Tori.
Oh, okay. Well, what I like about the pickup pan, it's not like a pickup switch where like it's like very rigid where it's like you're here or here. You can go in between, which is kind of neat, and you can really dial it in like where you like it.
Yeah.
So like this is the split brick and only the split brick. And then you can literally, I mean, it's probably impossible to hear, but you can literally hear it roll into both. So this is both pickups. I feel like I'm doing a demo. And then you can roll it into the thick brick, which is very different.
Skronky.
It's like I like calling it honky.
Yeah.
Honk honk. So somebody I know, or no, it was Tim. Tim kept saying it was quacky. Something was quacky. And I love that. That's just a funny term. But yeah, no, it's cool that you can, maybe you don't want it to be as like honk. You can blend it out a little bit and smooth it out, which is cool, without completely being between both. So yeah, the pickup pan is a really cool option for that.
And with the 5, it helps with the clarity on that low B string. I mean, we didn't bring a 5 string up here today. A, we don't have one set up. And B, Tori doesn't play a 5 string and is
it's not comfortable for me. Yeah.
All good. Yeah, no, totally fine. But it is worth mentioning because not unlike the bass contour control with the guitar, that blend control with the bass helps a lot when like it's been, I was going to say is it festival season? It's like always festival season. Like festival season is now starting in February and going through November.
Yeah, I was going to say it definitely like is like primarily starting early summer, like May, April, and then, goes all the way through the end of November.
It just seems like people they're rocking some pretty major festivals all around. I did a cool festival last weekend. If you follow us on socials, and I had a lot of Reverend players there last weekend, and there was a backline there. And the backline was good stuff. I mean, it was the usual stuff at JCM 800 and a Twin and Ampeg. But I think there might have been an Orange Rig there too for the bass players. And when you're plugging into something that you're unfamiliar with, I mean, I think this is a good point to point out. You guys are all aware we make these guitars to be played, right? Like they are supposed to be on stage. And I mean, I love like the collector aspect of what we do because we do a lot of really different cool stuff. And we're doing this year in particular, we're doing a lot of really unique special runs and like one-off runs and stuff. And I think it's great. But when Joe is designing these, he's thinking about the person who's taking them to the stage, and that's his inspiration for it. And the thing with the blend control on the basses and the bass contour control on the guitars is if you're in a situation where you're on a multi-band tour and you're using somebody else's rig every night, which I've done with the Traders and like being out with Stop the Presses and playing through a little PV, a Classic 30 every night. And you smile, but God, I got to tell you, after a couple nights, I got used to it.
I'm sure you had it dialed in.
I could get some pretty sweet sounds out of it.
Yeah.
But Bass World too. When you jump up on the stage in a festival, if it seems too boomy to you, right, you can use that blend control and get into the split brick and get the more sort of lows and highs where you start scooping the mids out a little bit. Or if you feel like you're not really being heard or you can't hear yourself, you can dial in the mids on that thick brick pickup and you can adjust what's happening live on stage with your pinky on the bass. And I get a lot of compliments on that from people who are on the road with our stuff all the time.
Yeah, I played a one-off in Toronto, and albeit it was with my Sentinel, but like that has like a similar thing where you can like change really how much output you're getting from that. But I had to use it was literally like a one-off. Like I crossed the border with my my guitar in the trunk, and I was like, I'm just going to a concert. And so I had to use the Headliner's bass amp, which is a Mark bass, which not my favorite. But I was like, eh.
Speaking of the peeves,
Huh?
right? Isn't the mark base? Oh, the mark base is the ones with the little yellow speakers.
Yes, yeah.
Oh.
That's what
I was thinking
I know
of
that's
the
what you
PV.
use, yeah.
I was thinking of the PV Mark IV, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't that the bass player in
It's a
my,
little
my
different.
old band, the Culture Bandits, had one of those.
Yeah. There
Anyway.
I always have a hard time like getting them to sound the way that I want them to. And I like didn't want to touch the guy's tones because I was like, I'm a guest.
Yeah, right. That's yeah.
And I'm only here for one night. So I was able to, really dial it in with the just the pickups on the bass, which was really nice and like figured it out. So yeah. That's my story with that.
You're so friendly. You're so friendly. Everybody, anytime I ever let anybody borrow my shit, I have to go up there and like put it all back to where I have it, But after so many years and so many blonde hairs turned gray or fallen out, I pretty much know where I have my amp set up at this point. I'd like to play a little something on this Sensei.
Get after it.
So this, John, I'm coming up just a tad over here, all right? Because how you feel about that, all right? These are chisels on the Sensei Blackout, and they are chisels on what we call the Sensei RA, the RA being the rail hammers, of course. Yep. I often get asked the question, why RA? Do you know why we call it the RA instead of the RH for rail hammer?
John's raising his hand, so we're going to let
John knows. John knows.
I was given a clue.
John? Oh, you
clue?
are given a clue. RH, right-handed. And it was confusing. So we went to
it was
RA.
the first two letters of railhammer. That's what I figured, anyways.
Yeah. I get asked that question occasionally. I'm in a question answering mood today.
Wow.
This guitar is obviously made to rock. I mean, look at it.
Yeah.
It's a metal machine. But I'd like to send a little tune out to my friend Bug Eye, also known as first name Eric, who watches every week. And if he's not watching live, he'll catch this in the rerun. But this is a little ditty that I wrote back in the 90s with some fancy chords. It goes a little something like this. And that was for you, Bug Eye, who accused me of not knowing how to play chords. And I mean, he's right. I don't specialize in chords, but I mean, I know how to play for you. I know that's not really what this guitar was about. This guitar was more about, well, John, this is the, you got your hand on the volume thing. This is the MXR Super Badass. Love it. Bridge pickup, chugging away. Wish I knew some Coffin Cat licks. Tom is a big chisel guy.
Oh, is he really?
But that Railhammer neck chisel pickup is fun to me because you can also do the palm muting thing on the neck pickup and get a completely different timbre. Because those blades are designed to hold that bottom end tight. Sensei Blackout. There it is. Torri, you got any questions for me about the Sensei Blackout? What I miss?
No, I don't have any questions. No.
There is so much going on around here. Do Torri and I look like our eyes are like going like this? How many demos did you do this week, Torri?
There's 5 demos total that I did. And then
between this week and last week, isn't it more like 25? Didn't you like bust out just a whole lot of like little art, like
I did-
profiles on the guitars?
I did 5 demos where I'm like literally sitting in this room and like actually demoing guitars.
Mhm.
And then I did about 15 guitar spotlight videos for some of the guitars that I feel like don't get enough love.
So stay tuned to the socials for all of that. And there is, well, I hesitate to talk about all these guitars, but we're still riding high on obviously on these Blackouts. We spent Tim and Torri were on together a couple weeks ago talking about the Spies. I have one of those over here if anybody has any questions. I am, because it's Blackout Friday, I have my my Jetstream 290 with the Bixby on it, and you can tell it's mine because it's got my strap lock buttons on it. I'm super fascinated with this guitar. You know who else likes this guitar?
Who?
Leonard.
Leonard approved.
Lenny Lou Guitar Cat approved. And we did this beautiful guitar in that in the transparent, what do we call it? Was it powder yellow or transparent?
Vintage yellow.
Vintage yellow. And every time I see one on the rack, I'm like, oh.
It's my favorite color
Wow.
configuration of the 290s. I really, really like it.
Yeah.
Especially with the black pickguard.
Yeah, it looks really, really sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's got this like 50s vibe to it, with the Bigsby and everything.
Yep.
And it's, it's one of our modern instruments that, I don't know, stays in tune.
Yeah.
It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
What else? The Jetstream and the Decision bass in that gorgeous Mulberry Pearl.
Yeah, so the Jetstream 390 is in that Mulberry Pearl now. Prior, we had released it on the Decision P, and that was super popular.
Yes.
And then the Decision P just came out in a really beautiful rainbow sparkle with a brown back. And it's just is clean.
Yeah.
I also just love glitter and sparkly guitars. Like I have a bayonet sitting behind my desk in the black sparkle. So
From Tone Shop in Dallas,
Tone Shop,
Texas.
yeah.
Addison, Texas. Yeah, I remember when you got that.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dope guitar.
Yeah, it's super nice.
Your dad get that for you?
Yeah, it was a Christmas gift that he gave to me super mega early because I was on tour with Dalskin, and he was like, "I want you to go play it," and so I played the hell out of it. It was tuned to drop B for that tour, so
That's rad.
yeah, it was a little metal machine.
I like it.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions out there about any of the Blackout stuff or about any of the amazing guitars that we launched here in September? I would love to hear it.
Check.
Or any questions at all about anything.
We got some questions.
I'd love to hear them.
Hopefully this mic is on. It's not muted. Okay.
Well, if you're not on, I can repeat the question.
That's all right. I think it's on. Still want to hear myself talk. First of all, Jason Bowe says he still has his PV Mark IV.
But I wonder if he still gigs with it. He might. Honestly, he had that thing. So, are you familiar with the PV Mark IV?
I'm familiar with the name of it. I'm sure I've played through one.
It's about the size of like the orange guitar head or the high watt guitar head, but it has like two different channels with all these sets of EQs and all this stuff, and then there's a graphic EQ on one side, and then you can plug into either channel, but then there's an input where both of the channels are on, and it's absolute mayhem. And Bo's always sounded incredible through that thing. And it was an 80s bass head standard. People like poo-poo the PV thing all the time. But there were some instruments put out by Harley and Company and some amps that were just awesome. The guitar player in Omnigon plays a T60. And he always sounds amazing. Like every time I see that band, I'm like, oh, dude. And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm not playing a Reverend. But then it's like one of those things where every once in a while I'm like, no, I mean, like that guitar is so you, and it sounds like you. And you don't need to apologize for not playing a Reverend. And then he bought an Air Sonic because he's a legend. So shit like that happens.
Yeah.
And then they made some sort of PV also made a combo amp for steel players. And it's like a 200 watt,
It's like the loudest amp.
115,
Solid
200
state.
watt solid state amp, but like steel guitar sounds unbelievable through it.
Oh, shit.
It is the loudest, cleanest amp I've ever heard in my life. Naylor was super fascinated with it for a while. He had one that he played guitar through because he's Joe. Super cool. Hi, Bose. Thanks for watching, bud. Good to see you a couple weeks ago. For those of you who are paying attention, if you're from the Detroit area, the Jason's band, the Needmores, are playing their record release party tonight at Bolero, which I think is in Royal Oak or Ferndale or something. You know what? I really don't know where Bolero is. Sorry, but I did see
It's
that.
in Detroit.
I did see that on the interviews this morning. Jason and Eric and I were in a band together. Eric, the drummer for the Needmores, were in a band together for years, and I miss them very much. And I wish I could come tonight, but life has been crazy.
Royal Oak.
Royal Oak. So yeah, if you're in Detroit, go check out the Needmores in Royal Oak.
Hunter Hawkins asks,
Hey Hunter, how you doing, bud? He's been talking to me on the Googles.
is the Blackout series a limited series?
Yeah, it is.
Yep.
It is. Yeah, 24 of each of those instruments out in the wild.
And what are they again?
The Sensei RA and the Mercalli 4 and the Mercalli 5 were on this last shipment. But John, there have been others recently, and I'm just like
Descents out there?
We
There were
did
Descents.
we did Descents. That was super cool. We
Chargers.
did the Charger, the King Bolt,
Bolt.
Airsonic.
Aersonic.
And we oversold the Charger and the Airsonic. And so there was a few more coming, but they might all be spoken for.
Mhm.
So if you have one on order with the dealer, don't panic. We've got it set aside for you. But the Sensei and the basses are new this month. Yep, they are new this month.
The new.
Speaking of finding stuff at dealers,
Yes.
Luis, I won't mangle the rest, wonders if he can find Reverend guitars in Ecuador.
Luis, that is not a good question for us on the live show because I really don't have a good answer for you off the top of my head. So I have a distributor that handles things in Central and South America, but quite honestly, he hasn't bought a lot of guitars from us recently. Importing and exporting out of the U.S. has become somewhat of a shit show.
Oh, what happened?
And we're not going to talk about that, but it's true. And so we are diligently working. Our sales manager, JJ Jenkins, absolute legend, won't do the show with me when she's in town. I try to get her to come on here and take questions, and she's scared.
She can Skype in, you know.
I know she can. But
Jeff should have Skyped in.
He said he looks like a homeless person. He's not feeling good.
Oh, bud.
Anyways, JJ, we've got a lot of connections in Central and South America, and we have some things ready to go. But at the moment, I'm not sure what you can find down there because the person who we're currently working with, I'm not sure what they've put in stock recently. So I apologize for not having a good answer. But you got to admit, I did make it long-winded.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good. I saw you yawning.
Sure, there is, and for anyone else, you can go to our website and look up dealers also, correct?
Yes. And there are dealers in the States that will export, but I can't get into that because I don't know which ones.
Yeah.
You have to ask them. Maybe somebody will chime in.
Jeff Starr would like to know. Hi, Ken.
Jeffrey Starr, what's up?
I've recently become a fan of satin finishes, especially those with an open grain feeling. I know the Watt Plower bass has a satin finish.
Yes.
Are there other guitars or basses with a satin finish?
Satin finishes.
Yeah.
The East Siders.
Yeah.
Pete Anderson likes a satin finish. He likes that patina.
Yeah, we're also coming out with a new guitar soon, right? With the satin finish.
Torri's dropping knowledge on me right now.
Oh.
Look at me confused. I don't know. I don't remember.
Wait, am I allowed to talk about it?
I don't know. Just talk. Well, you started.
All right,
Let's hear what you got.
Well, the new Matt West comes in satin finish.
Oh shit. She's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're but we're still a little ways away.
Mhm.
But yes. So occasionally, satin finishes are notoriously difficult because if you scratch it, you can't buff it out. And so when you get into a satin finish, you have to know that you're getting into the patina and your arm shines up spots of it wherever you rub it often, because you're like basically buffing the satin into clear, and chips and dings and stuff like that. Which why Pete Anderson likes it. Like Pete wanted those guitars to relic quickly. What was that, John?
Battle Scars.
Battle
Yeah.
Scars. Yeah. Yeah. And when we put nickel hardware on all of Pete's guitars too. And the thing with the nickel, once it starts to oxidize, you can't really polish it, unlike chrome. And so, you know, if you play the crap out of a Pete Anderson Eastsider for, I don't know, 15 years, it starts to look absolutely amazing. And yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. So, yeah.
Thomas Nielsen.
Wow, we are getting questions
Some
today. They're
questions
watching,
here.
Tor. I like it.
How different are the Retroblast and HI5 humbucker pickups? I have a Charger HB, and I've been really interested in the Jetstream RB, probably because of the deep sea blue color. Haha.
Haha. They are, okay. So the easiest way for me to put this is the Retroblast pickups are true humbuckers. So there's 2 coils in them, so they are noiseless. They are not as, the HA5s are very traditional PAF style pickups that have a little bit, they're a little bit more aggressive in the bridge and a little bit less aggressive in the neck so that they balance together properly as opposed to like the G Brand's old school PAFs, right? But they do have that sound to them. The Retroblast pickups they come in somewhere between a traditional Filtertron and the PAF. So they're significantly more aggressive than the old school sort of Filtertron style pickups. Reason being, we made the stuff to sort of sound good through modern amps and modern effects and things of that nature. And there's a whole thing on low output pickups that we can get into, which we've obviously addressed with the Spy. And you and Tim addressed that a little bit when you were doing the show a couple weeks ago. Low output pickups are very cool. But those Retroblast pickups have that sort of hollowed out tone while just having a little bit more output. And the thing that's cool about the Reverend controls is with the bass contour, if you want those to sound more spanky and more like traditional Filtertrons,
you just roll back the bass contour. And you are into that old school sort of Gretschy vibe. The Jetstream RB in particular is a super cool guitar because with the Wilkinson trem and the roasted maple neck and the bolt-on neck, you get that longer scale twang of the 25.5-inch thing. And the scooped mids of the floating trem thing going into those pickups, it makes it a very, very unique guitar and very, very cool. We have not a lot, but we have a handful.
We have a handful of those Jetstream Retroblast guitars in-house, and they will be going away in 2026. So if that's something that you all are interested in, grab them up. Because they're going to, I'm like, we have a number of them. I mean, knowing that we were going to not be making them in production anymore, we stocked on them, you know, so we have enough to get us through a while. But when we do run out of what we have, those will be gone. There you go. Dropping knowledge. What's up, John?
That's about it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Torri, we have a lot of stuff to talk about. We have a lot of really cool things coming up. There's so much happening. Well, you're hitting the road and you're going to be doing some shows not until November and December.
Yeah.
Does Flower Kitty have anything coming up on your schedule?
We're playing a couple shows just in Rochester and Buffalo, some local stuff.
Well, we'll talk about those as they get closer.
Yep.
The Reverend team has a whole lot coming up over the next couple months. Next week, while Torri is visiting artists next week in various spots around the Midwest, Seth and JJ and I, along with the almighty Reeves Gabrels and then Jess Lai Merritz, our demo friend, the 5 of us are going to Sweetwater Guitar Fest next week. And that's where we will be next week at this exact time. So there won't be a show here from the studio next week because we'll be at Sweetwater. I will try to go live on Facebook and Instagram from the show. Next Friday is sort of the in-house day at Sweetwater. So it's just for their employees and sales teams to get to know all of us. But next Saturday is open to the public. Guitar Fest at Sweetwater. Next Saturday, me, Seth, JJ, Reeves, and Jess will all be there in person next Saturday to hang out with everybody. And we're bringing 20 guitars or so, stuff that we're doing now. A lot of this new stuff is all going to be there. If you're in the area, if you're making the drive, I know Guitar Fest is very popular, and people have been asking me for years when we're going to do it. So we're excited to be invited and come out there and do it. That's next week, folks.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming up in October, we are going to Brooklyn to do the Stompbox exhibit with our friend Paulo. And there are Stompbox manufacturers from around the country and internationally that are going to be displaying stuff there. And the Reverend guitars are going to be the official demo guitars of the Stompbox exhibit in Brooklyn. So I'm bringing 12 or 16 guitars or something like that out there, and they're going to be in all the booths with all the pedal makers. So if you're in New York, if you're in Brooklyn, you're in the city, and you want to come check out pedals, come on over to the Stompbox exhibit. I think that's the 12th and 13th. It might be the 18th and 19th. Or, I don't know.
I also don't
You
know.
can find it on the Intergoogles. We'll be out there. It's the 18th and 19th because Wednesday, September 22nd, we are having Reverend Night at Twin House Music down in, I believe it's in Carrboro, North Carolina. It's outside of Raleigh, one of the Raleigh suburbs. So we're going to be having a full-on Reverend Night, and he got an exclusive color for the Descent, which we saw earlier today. They are here. They're gorgeous. So we're looking forward to doing that. And then, of course, we'll be at the Fall Philly Guitar Festival, and we'll probably be at the November Gear Swap in Akron, Ohio, too. So we're going to be out there. We're going to be doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should come to Gear Swap. It's going to be fun. It's a one day in and out. We'll see. We'll see if you're busy or not.
All right.
And yeah. And this Sunday, of course, the Polka Floyd Show is playing Oktoberfest in sunny, beautiful Toledo, Ohio, where I think it's going to be sprinkly, and we're going to be in the warehouse at the Mommy Bay Brewing Company. There you have it. I told you it was a lot of nonsense. We'll play you out. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Always a pleasure. Tori, you were rocking the chain earlier. I ain't afraid.
Oh, are we playing the chain?
I ain't afraid.
Oh, okay.
Want me to rip? I'll rip the lead.
All right, sure.
Yeah. I know it's one of your jams.
That's my sound check.
Sound check sound. It's a good sound check.
Yeah.